Welcome to Creativity Conversations, episode 15. I'm Gerald from TarotStache, and I'm joined by Aley from Heart and Soul Connected. Aley blends language, history, and the mystical into practical projects for advice. So I am very happy to have her joining me. Everyone, please follow the links below to show your support. Aley and I both offer private readings. Contact information is below, so you are able to do that. So there's that. I do want to say, Creativity Conversations, this is a thing. I need to do it. I feel incomplete without using my little cue cards.
Well, I think you should, and thank you for the music that you know I love.
You're welcome. Aley, how in the heck are you?
I'm doing okay, thank you. Considering that it's fall term, I'm hanging in there. Sometimes by my fingernails, but I'm okay.
That's good. Do you get a manicure or anything like that? Do we need to take up a collection so you could get a manicure?
I actually need a lobotomy, I think. So yeah.
Oh.
No. Yeah, I'm doing okay, Gerald. I'm pacing it out. The best part of it is that I don't have to drive anywhere to get to a school, to get out of the car and go in. And so I have that extra time to grade or do a show. So there you go. Yeah.
Excellent. Well, and I appreciate you being willing to adjust and make room for this. That's wonderful. We have some of the best chatters here. Hypnicity is here. Beth, Espacio Rising. Why are we all lowercase suddenly? Because that's how Aley has her thing. And names are important, and I try to do that. Oh, but you may be talking about you in this.
I think
YouTube is doing something weird. I don't know what it is.
They do it every once in a while, and it may end up going back, or maybe it will stick this time. But yeah, it's very strange, and we sometimes can't figure out who you are because the name is different.
Correct. Yeah. And yes, we are both floral today.
And
CJ is here. Delphi is here. And I do have to say, TarotStache merch is available. Link is below. Are you drink iced beverage?
Yes, I do. And I haven't drank iced coffee for about 3 weeks because my stomach has been upset. And I said, today I'm going to have one. So
good for you.
Just for you.
Good for you. Well, thank you. So, this is available too.
Oh, it's nice. Yes.
And if you need to get ready for the cooler weather.
Oh, very
available
classy.
In multiple colors. So there we go.
I love it. I love it.
And Shelley is here. Good to see you.
Yeah.
Hi, Mother's Tarot is here.
Hi, Loretta.
Good to see you. Crystal Candles, we're not doing readings today. I'm sorry. And okay, we did. So today it's a creativity conversation.
Right.
I have a series of questions to ask Aley about creativity. I encourage you to follow along and chat. You can share your version of it. And the first thing that I want to ask is, what is creativity for you, Aley?
So creativity is that bridge between inspiration and manifestation. So it's kind of like the middle ground and the overview of what comes up. So we are inspired by different things, and we take those things and move them into the reality or the real manifestation of something. For instance, when somebody made a pen the first time, it had to start here, and then it came down sort of through that person and made that physical thing. So everything starts as a spark of creativity, even if it's a show idea, if it's channeling, if it's you want to make something in the real world. And it's following through with that inspiration that brings that down to your world, or the world of the world we live in. Yeah.
I love that. That goes back to the idea Elizabeth Gilbert talked about in Big Magic, which is a huge influence for this show.
Right.
Creativity is trying to find an individual to make it happen and to bring it forth. That's why a lot of times you see three people come up with some very similar ideas.
Very similar. It's happened with scientists even.
Yes.
They, three people, two guys found the Hale Bob comet, Mr. Hale and Mr. Bob. I mean,
yes,
they just at the same time. So it's almost as though it's waiting to be hatched. It's a dream of waiting to be hatched.
I like that. Nalani said, if you can think it, you can create it.
That's very possible. And if you can't do it, you can find somebody that can. But
Correct.
Everything comes from source. And so really any book you write, any song you write, any of those things, they're already there. And they're looking for somebody to awaken to the idea of it, I think. Yeah.
I agree with you. River has made it. Jamie is here.
Hi, Jamie.
I saw something recently, because this is me, it's the bridge between inspiration and manifestation. I also think this is where magic happens.
Oh, absolutely. Absolutely. Yeah. And that's what we try to do on our shows, because every impulse that we have is to be creative. Why would we want to do the same thing over and over again? It's very boring after a while. So I know you do this, Gerald. You have all kinds of ideas.
Well, thank you. I also remember, did you ever watch Star Trek?
Oh, yeah.
Okay. I had to ask. I thought
no, it's okay. Yeah.
Gene Roddenberry, I believe, was truly connected to a creative force. Think about all of the things that we were exposed to in Star Trek.
Yes.
That are true. Things like a phone. How about it's like truly, truly interesting.
It really is. And I know also that I've seen that in ideas from Star Wars as well, which isn't, he had to have had some of that stuff channeled in. You have to be an open channel to get those kind of inspirations. Yeah.
Yes. And Nalani said George Lucas as well.
Yeah.
Hi, Linda Bishop.
Yeah.
Also, people who are truly connected can be very prolific. Stephen King, for instance.
Yes.
Can you imagine what's going on inside that brain?
Well, I don't know if you've read his book on writing. It's called On Writing.
I did.
Yes. Then you know how he gets it as well, because he uses his dreams.
Yes.
And some of them are nightmares, of course. Yeah.
He also has a routine where he shows up regularly and starts, and that structure is really, really there. Jim Henson.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah, definitely.
Gene Roddenberry was way ahead of his time.
He was.
Yeah.
He definitely, and I don't know if any of you have read Fahrenheit 451 or seen the movie, but there's another, there were TVs on the wall, then they could see inside your house. And I mean, there were they were talking about that you're driving so fast that you can't see the billboards, because the billboard, a lot of what came out of that book, which I believe Orwell wrote in the 40s, also,
I believe so. Yes.
Also was predestined, preordained, or it showed.
I recently read that. I also recently reread 1984.
Oh, yes.
Animal Farm.
Yes. Yeah.
And Handmaid's Tale.
Yeah.
So
unfortunately, we're living it now.
Yes. I used to have the same sort of spooky, etc. dreams in my younger days. Ooh.
Wow. Well, Linda, you have the gift, and you have the gift. So you are creative all the time. It just pours in for you. Yeah. Most of us, if we open up, we we can be this way. Yeah.
If I agree with you, especially if we open up and try to just be open
Mhm.
instead of trying to force it to do something.
Thank you.
No.
I'll have that, and the other thing is I know that my students, of course, they have to write a paper. It isn't because they want to, but they'll say, I have a creative block. And I said, you have to turn that around, because you don't have to have a creative block. You just have to get yourself writing something. And maybe
Yes.
the first paragraph stinks, but you get into it by the second one. And wow, you could just get rid of that first one when you pass it in, when you
I
edit it.
I
Yeah.
agree. I agree
Mhm.
that when I was in college, I went to art college. We still needed to take English.
Mhm. Mhm.
And so that was, we had to do stream of conscious writing and turn
Wow.
that in. It was an
Yeah.
interesting thing.
Yep.
By the way, before I forget, this is for entertainment purposes only. Do not make decisions based upon what we say. Seek professional assistance. Really. Hershey has arrived. Hello,
Hi,
Hershey.
Hirsch. Yeah.
Yeah, and you're right, Kim. It is scary.
Mhm.
Oh, and you came in at the perfect moment. I needed that reminder, Allie.
Well, good. We all do, Hershey. It's like sometimes I know we're talking to the choir here, so to speak. People are already creative, or they're already doing the work, but we have to remind ourselves. And when I say it, I'm reminding myself of what I need to do as well.
Yes,
Yeah.
absolutely.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
So why is creativity important?
Oh gosh, I think life would be very boring if we didn't at least find something to use our creative inspiration. It could be something as simple as a painting, paint to color. I mean, it's silly, but you could do that. I mean, you could color in a coloring book. You could, but it's so important, because what it does is it exercises that area of your brain that can bring you more ideas and bring you some kind of peace. We're all caught up in this stressful situation. We have to get ourselves away from those moments and
Yes,
sit. And even if it's, what's inspiring is that meditation is creativity. Everything is creativity. It really is. Yeah. Yeah.
yes. We have to be willing to look at things differently.
Definitely. Definitely. Yeah. There's no
We
rules.
the
Yeah.
only rule is that there are no rules.
That's right.
I
Mhm.
am a firm believer, however, we need to understand how to use certain tools.
True. Mhm.
Then we are able to break the use of that tool to make it do something new.
To make it do something, and we wouldn't have half the things we have in our culture without that happening. Somebody, you say, I'm going to paint this, I'm going to paint it this way. Well, if you did it that way, we wouldn't have such things as pointillism, or some of the other artistic pieces, because nobody would have tried to do it in another way, because that was wrong. So we have to take that's the wrong way to do it out when you're being creative.
I love
Yeah.
that. I
Yeah.
had an interesting thought when I popped this up there. Why is creativity important? We would not be here without creativity.
That's right. You're
Just period.
absolutely right. Yeah.
Just period. Uh,
Yep.
uh, River said, when I'm getting into my pottery art flow, I seek out videos on symbolism and ancient mythology.
Ooh, that's wonderful. That's
I-
wonderful.
And
Yeah.
it's funny because I just wrote down archetypes for creativity. I know you do stuff with archetypes.
Yep. Yep.
Maybe this is a follow-up show where we talk about archetypes and creativity.
Sure. Yeah. Yeah.
We can keep
Oh,
that
it's a
there.
lot of fun. It is.
Yes,
And symbolism
yes,
too. Yeah.
yes.
Hmm. Yeah.
It all starts with a thought, and we are part of the creator, so we must keep creating.
Yeah. And
Yes,
we're co-creating. We're co-creating with the divine. We're co-creating with our higher self, with the spark that, and this co-creation, um, you look at it and you say, wow, did I do that? And then you realize it wasn't just me. I
yes.
allowed for that to happen.
I like that.
Yeah. Yeah.
What is lighting you up creatively right now, Aley? And I want to know, for people who are watching, what's lighting
Mhm.
you up creatively right now. And Linda de Gonzalez has arrived. So hello,
Mhm.
Linda.
Hello, Linda. I've always been a journaler, and I kind of took a break this year for some reason. My inspiration sort of said, let's try something different. But I did buy a deck that's just for me called Between Worlds.
Ooh.
And what I have done here is every day draw one or two cards, and I write them down and I write what they mean to me and if they even make sense to me that day. And then after a period of time, like a month or even a week, I go back and I look at, were there any that were the same? What was the message in these? Did the message come through clearer once I brought in all the ideas? And the reason I don't use them on anyone else is because it's got a long message. In other words, you would have to kind of read what the card meant. But this, not in this case. There's one, curiosity. I mean, they're beautiful cards.
Mhm.
And and what are we curious about today versus yesterday? Because everything changes daily.
Mhm.
So I would say that that's one thing that really lights me up. The other thing is, I actually over the summer decided to take one of my classes and make it a lot different, just change it up completely.
Mhm.
And I used to stress about it because it wasn't as transparent as I wanted it to be. And now it has become more transparent, although I know that I can make it even more transparent so that I don't get 150 emails like, I don't know what you mean.
Yes,
So, that takes creativity. It takes time, and it takes a
really does.
program where you can work with those things. Yeah.
Yes. Oh,
Yeah.
I like that. Eva
Mhm.
has joined us.
Hi,
Uh,
Eva.
I think it's really important. I'm glad you're honest with yourself about, okay, you're journaling, but you're not doing that right now. And you found something that helps you do an aspect of journaling.
In a way, yeah, yeah, because that does put me pen to paper. Yeah,
Yeah.
absolutely.
I
Yeah.
like that a lot.
Mhm. Yeah.
Um, what is a small practice or ritual you return to when the well runs dry?
When the well runs dry. First of all, I don't get myself either agitated by the fact that I can't think of anything, or wondering if it's ever going to come back. I don't have those worries because um, I would say that most of my time on this planet has been surrounded by humor. My
Yeah,
parents were funny,
good.
my father, my kids, everybody's funny. And obviously, you and I work and we have a great time and we laugh. So,
Mhm.
laughter makes a huge difference to me. Sometimes I might watch something old, an old movie that might remind me of different times. The other
Yes.
thing that I have a problem with actually is if I go to bed at 10 o'clock, many times I'll wake up at midnight and I have a whole host of ideas. They just come
Ooh.
and I have to get up. Actually, I go into the bathroom so I don't wake Keith up and I start writing them down before I forget them all.
Mhm.
And I keep a running list of ideas as they come to me so that when the time comes that I want to do a show on something or do a talk on something, that I have some fodder to fall back on that
That's
may,
beautiful.
yeah, it
Beautiful.
really helps. It
Mhm.
really does.
I
Yeah.
I I love that. One small practice that or ritual that I've been doing, I find when my well runs dry, if I spend a little bit of time, 15 minutes, and clear a surface,
Ooh,
it's
yeah.
something for me that activates and it creates a landing strip. It's like,
Oh,
oh,
I love that. I do. You've made room for something else to come
I
in.
have
Yeah.
absolutely made
Yeah.
room for something. And
Mhm.
seriously, it's 10 minutes.
I know. I get you.
Oftentimes that 10 minutes turns into 2 hours, but that's okay.
Well, you've got the inspiration, and since you are going already, you might as well just continue.
I agree. Eva said, I do creative sprinting, which is 20 minutes of work and 5-minute breaks in between.
Good for
Yes.
you. Yeah.
Kat is here. Good to see you. River shared, feel like my creativity changes with the seasons, making a lot of witchy fall leaves and or mushroom themed pieces.
Perfect. Yeah.
Kim is thinking of decluttering a surface today. Start with something small. Do not start with the, I am going to do this entire room. By the way, this is TarotStache approved. Do one small surface. That's perfect. Well, hello. Good to see you. Aww.
Yeah. I do that with my closet as well. Like one closet, not 4 closets, and I go in and I say, this is so jam-packed, I can't fit anything more in it. And when I go in there, I get really confused and it's overwhelming.
Yes.
So even if I do a portion of a closet, I feel better. So
yes.
Yeah.
It's so important. This has come up in a couple of different creativity conversations and other things. We have a set of tools that work for us.
Mm-hmm.
When the well runs dry, sometimes we've just forgotten that we have a tool that can help us. That's sometimes true. We got to rummage through our toolbox and go, oh, right, I know how to put on mute. I have this playlist created that gets my energy up, or, oh, I need to go for a walk.
Right.
I have that special candle that I've lit. So
beautiful. Yeah. It doesn't have to be something huge. It really doesn't.
Yes. Yes. Mm-hmm. Hypnicity said, yeah, I started using my happy light. Now that fall is here. Good.
Yeah. Yep. I love that.
And Eva says it takes me 2 days to actually get clothing switched out of our
I get closet. You, Eva. I do. I get you. Yeah.
Declutter and let me know how it goes.
Yeah. Yeah.
Linda says I will clear my kitchen table eventually.
Well, when someone comes to visit, maybe you'll have to, but otherwise, enjoy.
There you go. And Eva walks 6,000 steps. Good Lord.
Good for you. I was up to 12,000 a day, and I hurt my feet. And so just make sure your shoes are okay. That's all. But I was on the cement. You have to be careful.
Sure. So we talked about a small practice, and so a time when you were stuck. What helped you move the needle? And it can be the same thing or an expansion.
Well, I feel like my channel was stuck, and I didn't know what to do. It was like, and nothing was moving me forward at all. And I came up with lots of creative ideas and really great guests and shows that I had, but I wasn't, not that I have to have 6 million people, but it just was like I was stuck, completely stuck. And so somebody told me about doing promotions. And so I decided I would spend a little bit of money to do those promotions. And then I started doing some shorts, but also some short topics. And those short topics were 10 to 20 minutes a piece. And I'm sure some of you may have seen them, but that moved the needle. That moved the needle in a big way. And I always wanted to go on the road and do what I did this summer. And it was so much fun. It was not work. It was totally creative and fun and enjoyable. And so it was just changing things up a little bit in order to make the needle move a little bit more.
Yes.
Yeah.
That's very wise advice. Change things up. Do something small that is different.
Right.
It really works.
Thanks.
Yeah, there you go. I like the short. Shorts are fun. They're fun. I've got some ideas that are burning my back pocket as well. Sort of going,
good.
Do this.
At the very least, you ought to do some of your words, because there aren't people that know a lot of words.
I do need to do those. I
do.
Need to do this.
You were really good at it. Yeah.
Well, thank you. And I do know how I think I can figure out how to upload them so they
Yep.
show up as a short.
There you go.
Yes.
There you go. Yeah.
What about you in the chat? Or if you're watching the playback, what helped you move the needle when you were stuck? So, but okay. Tools, decks, or text that shape your approach to creativity.
Well, most of you may not know, I've been here 5 years next month, and I started just by interviewing people. That's really where I began. And so then the foray into learning from the people that I was working with brought me to the Oracle decks. Now, I'm not a person who is comfortable with tarot, but I'm getting better at being comfortable with it, or
Yes.
certain decks. So I have found the Osho Zen deck to be invaluable to me. It's just so good. And of course, I love the fun decks, the decks that are silly and whimsical, and that's why we enjoy doing our shows together with Richie. It's just so much fun to do it together and laugh and so forth. I also trying to think of the other tools that I might have in my tool belt. Well, of course, I have the Dream Show, and I've always been very enamored with learning more about the dreams that we have and the symbols and stuff. So that is something that I'm hoping to get. I have had a class on it before, but I'm hoping to sort of fix that and make it a bigger class or more fun and more interesting.
I like that.
Texts that shape my approach. I love Rumi. I read a lot of Rumi poetry. I also love the mythos, the Joseph Campbell stuff. And so that's just always been something in the background. But I'm also loving the daily laws that Robert Greene does. And he's written a lot of books, and I like the way his books, they're more positive than they are anything else. And I just recently got a book called The Daily Laws, where you can every day read one, and I'm going to start at the beginning of the year. So that might, I think that really gets you going. If you can read something that inspires you when you get up in the morning, if you have the time. If not, maybe at night before you go to bed.
Yes.
It really, really is instrumental in not changing your mindset, but expanding.
That's I like that key word.
Yeah.
Linda says Alice and Keith's little RV got really crowded with all of the adventures. Thank you, Aley.
It was a lot of fun.
Melanie said my family needing a space to live in kind of forced me to go out of hermit mode.
That's very true.
Yes.
Nalani, and you've been very kind to allow those people needing a space to live, and hopefully still taking a space for just Nalani. Yeah.
Yes. Kim said, I love the Dream Show.
Oh, well, thank you, Kim.
Yes.
Yeah.
Oftentimes I'm lurking.
Yeah.
Beth has shared, I have been reading a lot of Robert Frost and Dilys Thomas lately.
Robert Frost is one of my favorites. He lived in my hometown. He taught at my high school, and all the students say, "You're that old?" And I'm like, no, he didn't teach me. But there's a farm there. And one of my high school friends is one of those speakers at the farm. And so much of what he wrote about during that time is included birches, and The Road Not Taken. A lot of those, they're very inspiring.
Oh, that's great. Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
And how awesome. I have a question for you about Rumi.
Yeah.
Do you read it to yourself or do you read it out loud?
I usually just read it to myself. Should I read it out loud?
For me, my experience with Rumi is reading it out loud gives it a whole different flavor.
Oh, okay. I'll try that.
So,
Can you imagine him whirling as a whirling dervish and speaking these poems out and having somebody take them down while he's whirling around? I mean, who does that?
Roomy apparently, but
Apparently, Rumi does. Yes.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, it's really, really interesting to think about that and what it was like.
Uh-huh.
So
Yeah.
it's so
Yeah.
powerful.
It
I
is.
also recently got on a kick. I used my AI assistant Quill to help me revisit the hero's journey.
Oh, yes.
I actually put in this huge long prompt uh, to Quill. I also added, I want the female version of this as
Good.
well. I
Yep.
want citations. I
Hmm.
want all of this. It was mind blowing. It was so, so good. And it
Wow.
was a lot of fun. A lot of fun.
Well, a lot of people don't realize too that the hero's journey also is sort of layered. That's the way I look at it, is we are all on our whole life is a hero's journey. But
Yes,
then there are smaller ones as you go,
absolutely.
And some people would say not just the hero's journey, but what the fool's journey as well. You could look at that
It's yes.
in the tarot. Yeah. Yeah. Kind of
Yes.
interesting. Yeah.
That could be a fun show, Allie.
It could be.
The
It could
hero's
be.
journey and the fool's journey.
Yeah.
Hello, Moon Fox Night. Shakespeare was like that. Words
Yes.
were meant to be spoken, not just read. Yes.
Yep. Definitely.
Talking to your guides is much more effective than thinking to them.
Oh, and calling in the archangels and the angels is
Yes.
much better spoken word. Yeah. Yep.
Yes.
Yeah.
I've done a series of shows about AI.
Uh-huh.
It's not for everyone, uh, and it's growing, it's expanding. It's a new tool. We're
Hmm.
learning how to engage with it, and so your mileage may vary. But boy, it was a lot of fun, and trust me, I used to work in a library. I
I know.
love to give a search. I want that search to be so, specific. It's so much fun.
I
So
love that, Gerald, and that you have that tool because my students have a really hard time nailing a topic down. And it's the librarians that go in and say, okay, let's take this extraneous thing and this one out of the mix. And
mhm.
let's get right down to the down and dirty.
Yes.
And they are amazed, the kids are amazed how the databases will do that once they know how to use the tool. So that's exactly what you're doing. Yep.
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 Yep. I'm
Wow.
writing down another cool idea. So,
Okay. There you go.
and okay, so Daily Laws is by Robert Greene. You
Robert
said,
Greene.
okay,
Hmm.
thank
Yeah.
you.
Sure.
Everybody, please purchase responsibly. Know your limits. We're here to share, not to sell. So,
Yeah.
yeah,
Yeah.
root cause analysis. Mhm.
Hmm. Yep.
That's so very
Absolutely.
true. So very true. Um, oh my gosh. What is one try this today experiment for people who are watching the playback?
I'm going to go back to something that I've talked about before, but it's useful for you. You don't have to have a certain deck like I do in order to. I just want that to be my personal work deck, so to speak, for my own journey. But if you have a couple of oracle decks, a tarot deck, every day you get up, pull one card for your day and see
Hmm.
what the card says to you and write down some ideas about. If you can do that for 30 days, number one, you've got a lesson in symbolism because you're seeing those cards come up and what they mean. The other thing is you've got the lesson in and everybody's different. It doesn't have to be perfect. Don't worry about that. What is it that you see in this card and what makes meaning for you? What is it
Uh-huh.
that you don't like in there? Do you not like the colors? Do you not like the message? But then, do it for a week if you don't want to do it for a month, and then look back at it and jot down some ideas that you have. Number one, you will already have 7 or possibly 30 cards you've looked at in that period of time.
Hmm.
And you become more and more comfortable with the way that they look to you, because that's the same way dreams work. I can
Yes.
tell you that something means this, but it's ultimately you that makes that decision, not me. Yeah.
I
Yeah.
like that. I think uh, if you have friends, there's so many ways now. I have friends across the world, thanks
Mhm.
to this Zoom, FaceTime, all sorts of things. If you have a group of people who are willing to do that with you, do it. It could be a lot of fun.
It could be. Yeah.
And just be honest. You just show up. I think showing up is a really key thing.
Well, showing up is, which brings me to, I want to mention that being of service, true creativity usually uplifts other people and it mirrors back divine love. So creativity also is the soul breathing through form or the act of becoming. And if that means you show up, I'm going to show up tomorrow in a costume for about an hour. That's showing up. That's creative. I've decided to wear a costume and I don't care if anybody likes it or not. I've always been that way though. I will come and do the things that a lot of people may not do just because it's fun. And, you know, a lot of people worry what other people think. And no.
Yes.
If you can get away from that, that'll liberate you. It really will.
I agree. Pamela has joined us. So has Three Shifting Veils.
Hi, Debbie.
Michelle Marie, Astrological Tarot.
Yeah. Breathe
life into something.
I love that. Yes. Very nice.
Oh, and Hypnicity said, my tea bags give me inspiration in the morning. Maybe I'll use them for journaling.
There you go. Take a little bit of tape, put the tea leaf, the tab there, and then write about what you think about it. That's perfect. It doesn't have to be anything that everybody else does. Yeah, yes. I love that.
Also, it may surprise you. What you're doing could inspire someone else.
That's right. No, you're absolutely right.
Yeah. I think creativity is meant to be shared. It's not meant to be contained. There's enough creativity around for everyone.
Absolutely. Which brings me to mention that when I see your tapestries that you make that look like pictures, really is what you're doing. It's so exciting for me to see them. They're just wonderful. And the idea that you came up with to do that, I mean, it's not like, it's like quilting, but it isn't quilting. It's something that you took and made your own. And that's very inspiring.
Thank you very much. We have a question.
Oh,
later
okay.
on, I'm going to do a speech for my class on why art is so important. What would you say, or what advice would you give about why art is important?
Wow. Well, you know, we did talk earlier before you came in. We talked about art or creativity is imagination in action. It's taking what spirit or what creative impulses that each individual has and making those useful to or inspirational for other people. So your inspiration becomes manifest. You can make art makes connections. I know that when I've gone to an art museum, there are some types of art that don't thrill me. They're not my type, but I have a connection with them because somebody inspired themselves enough to put it up there. And it became something that was important to other people. And there's something about that matters to me. It really does, because it's a creative expression. And also, it is, as I mentioned to Gerald at the beginning, creativity is the bridge between our inspiration and manifestation. So it's being inspired and then remembering that this can be seen out there besides in here, and then manifesting it in the real world. And art is so fundamentally needed. There are places where there's no art, no music, none of those things. And that's even in the death camps, you know, during World War II, they had an orchestra and they had other things. And I don't want to see that happen again, but
of course, yes.
The importance of art was also valued at that time.
I would also say, you know, why art is so important. It is experience translated in a manner that is beyond words.
Oh, yeah.
Or words are constructed in a new way to illustrate
Right.
something that has never existed.
Mhm.
Jeff from Tarot Ask Backwards is here.
Hi,
Uh,
Jeff.
and and Nalani said something you had mentioned. It inspires conversation.
Mhm. It
Yes.
does.
After
And I
all,
love that. I love that. Heart
yes,
requires art. Oh, that's beautiful, Nalani. Yes,
yes.
I love that. I love that.
I don't know. Was the word creativity even in the Bible? If someone in the chat could do an internet search, I would
Mhm.
love to know the answer to that.
Yeah. It may not have been the word in there, but it did create inspiration made manifest. So I would say that the idea of creativity is at least in there. Mhm.
Gerald creates masterpieces with cloth and thread.
Oh,
His work reminds me of a Monet painting. It looks like I could go in and walk in them.
yeah, it does. I mean, it's beauty made visible. It really is. Yeah.
Art is a language of its own.
Mhm.
Um, I think, an interesting thing to remember is we don't have to understand something. We have to be willing to experience it.
True.
I think
True.
a lot of times for me, I don't have the language to express what I'm feeling.
Mhm. Yeah.
Nothing
That's
wrong with
yeah.
that.
No, there's nothing wrong with it if you can show it in another way. And that's why a lot of people turn to poetry. They like it, but they want to make it in short, in a short form. It's a story in
Yes,
a shorter form, is all it is.
absolutely. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
Um, okay. Moon Fox Knight said, "Thank you so much. My
Mhm.
speech teacher's going to love this, and it really helps." You're
Just
welcome.
don't tell her that a professor told you any answers to it.
Yes,
Yeah.
and I am not the one to help you, not be honest in a test.
Right, right, right.
not going to
No,
do that.
just giving you a little bit of inspiration, that's all.
There you go. We're
Mhm.
having we're in, we're having a creativity conversation and you got stuff out of it. Art
Yeah.
says and shows our world in a way we all recognize but don't know how to say it. Yes.
It's
Yes.
absolutely true. It's
Yes.
absolutely true, yeah. Yeah.
Eva said, "Today I heard a man speak about what the importance of choirs and singing as a group.
Yeah.
It was a question that I never pondered, but I realized the significance of it."
Oh, yes, absolutely. It's a creative pursuit, and bringing all those voices together, and it may be that that choir is different next time, or, people leave or people come.
Yes.
That voice of that song at that time is unique because it occurred in that moment, and you can never capture that completely ever again, even if it's the same people. You can't. And there's some beauty in knowing that, to me. And
Yes. The
yeah.
impermanence of it.
Yes.
The
Yes.
impermanence of it.
Absolutely. Yeah.
Timmy Raven Tarot Meditation has arrived.
Right.
Michelle Marie said the construction of the tabernacle involved skilled artisans who used their creativity to engrave, design, and weave precious materials.
You're right. And and change the acoustics as well in the
Oh,
tabernacle.
yes, yes.
Mhm. Mhm.
Art keeps history, family, local disasters memorable and helps people think and learn with emotions.
Beautiful. That's
Every
beautiful.
story shared through art creates an opportunity to connect.
Mhm.
You're right, Jeff. That is one of the ways creativity, when we are creative, it is an act of rebellion.
Yeah, the same thing with humor. Humor is creativity, though. But
Correct.
the people dressing up in different outfits, people are just making something lighter, bringing in the humor and not being violent. And what? How could you not like that? Yeah.
Exactly.
Mhm.
Exactly. Okay. So I love art and I'm in between now with majors. I used to have a major in art, but things happened and now I'm thinking of going to psychology, but I miss my art. you can figure out a way to weave
Yeah,
those two things together. Those are not mutually exclusive.
right. A lot of therapists use art therapy. And so don't give up on that. You just keep your inspiration coming. Yeah.
I considered going into art therapy
Oh,
in postgraduate work.
yeah.
Yes. So
That's wonderful.
yeah,
Yeah.
Linda shared the Jewish women prisoners in the camps would talk their recipes, compare with each other all while they were starving. I think that kept them going to remember their families and their
They did.
traditions.
They did.
Yes.
You're right. That was
Yes.
the way they moved forward. So it takes creativity to be able to block out some of the negative stuff that they're going through, even though it was a tough time for them. So,
Yes.
yeah. Yeah.
Moon Fox Knight said, I always say creativity is our birthright. It's our very being.
Beautiful. Yeah.
Oh, here you go. Never say you don't like something in art. Just say you don't understand it. My uncle, who was curator of the Met.
Oh, wow. How
That's good.
beautiful. Oh,
That's
yeah.
great.
There you
Yeah.
go.
Art
Yep.
therapy.
Mhm.
What other notes do you have? Because I believe some of you may not know this. I'm pretty sure that Aley is also an overachiever. I did send Aley the notes ahead of time, and she held up a piece of paper. So I'm curious as
Mhm.
to
Yeah, I
what
like
else
to
you
come in
might
with a
have.
little bit background, but yeah. So what I think I want to just expound a little bit upon spiritual work as creativity, because a
Yes.
lot of people don't think of it that way, really. But channeling and mediumship are deeply creative acts. Spiritually speaking, they are divine creativity in motion, because consciousness is flowing through you like a bridge between two worlds, of which we've talked about, for creation. So in both channeling and mediumship, you open yourself up to sources, guides, ancestors, or the collective wisdom, the ideas of
Yes.
in the cosmos. In creativity, you open to inspiration. So you're taking both of those things, the opening of the subtle realms and the inspiration that comes in, and both require you to trust and be receptive to what might come in that might be larger than you. And the idea that we are more of a conduit than a controller or the only creator. We're just the conduit through the way these things come in.
Mhm.
Wonder what you thought about that, Gerald. Is
I
that
love that. I
yeah,
agree with you.
yeah, yeah,
It's yes, well said.
yeah. There's a man that I always recommend his books, and was a psychology professor at the University of Chicago, and he's Czechoslovakian when they had Czechoslovakia, but his
Mhm.
name is Mihaly Csikszentmihalyi, and I'll send you that because it's very hard to spell. Okay.
Okay.
And he wrote several books. He wrote on creativity, flow, and finding flow. And
Mm.
he talks about how the athlete actually works with the flow of creativity in order to win the race, in order to be hyped up, in order to keep going, and that sort of thing. And how you have to step out of your mind. We have that monkey mind that wants to butt in. Oh, but no one will like this. Oh, that's not the right color. Why, this doesn't look any good. And it just simply says, get out of the way and
Mhm.
think about the ways that you can get this to work for you. So
Yeah.
there's some of that in there. And it says, once you've entered flow, you've entered a liminal state of mind. And your soul and higher intelligence meet each other. And so your brush or voice or your pen or whatever is an instrument of your mind in a way. But it's not just you that's thinking it, you know. It's
Yes.
the entire world. So mediumship doesn't just receive messages because it has to interpret them. I don't know if I'm pretty sure you've probably done some medium work,
I
and
have.
you get funky things. Like the other day, I was thinking, um, uh, I was doing a past life, or no, it wasn't. It was a mediumship thing, And one of the things that Curly says a lot, I was a victim of circumstance. Well,
Yes.
that was what they wanted me to say, but not funny like Curly, but it rang true. Oh, they wanted me to say this, and Curly's saying it in my ear, you know? And so it was a situation where someone didn't know how somebody else passed.
Oh,
And that's what they were trying to say. I was a victim of circumstance. I was in the wrong place at the wrong time, that kind of thing. But when we dismiss that because we think, oh, that's just my silliness, or why is that? It isn't. It isn't my silliness. It is a message, and it comes through. Whereas if you heard that, you may not have that connection to that thing.
correct.
But if I heard it, I would. And I think that's where a lot of people get, oh, I'm making this up. I'm just making this up. And it takes a lot of trust. Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah.
That trust, I believe, is built over time and continual showing up.
It totally is. It totally is.
Continual showing up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You just can't say, well, today I'm going to do this and it's all going to be perfect. It's time, it's energy used, it's trust, it's the connection. Yeah, you're absolutely right.
Mhm.
And all of those are creative.
Yes.
Yeah.
We've had a couple of people share some things. Pamela shared, Gerald, you do art therapy here with us. Well, thank you. Just visiting has arrived. Timmy shared, creativity is exclusively a spiritual attribute, in my opinion.
Good. I agree.
Then he ventures out and says, there's no creativity in animal instincts, to which Linda said, Timmy, my parrot begs to freaking differ. Yes, dance is art in motion.
Yes, it is.
So there you go. And Linda, I think your parrot has special creativity. All life is striving for spiritual awakening.
Yeah.
There you go. Aley,
Yeah.
your wisdom is amazing.
Just over the years, you know. Yeah. But we can heal through these things ourselves. It can not only heal the person that we're talking to or the group of people we're talking to, it can also heal us.
Yes.
And, you know, ultimately, just the work we're doing is healing for our souls. Yeah.
Mhm.
Oh.
I love Beth. When my guardian angel came to me as an earth angel, he introduced himself as Mr. Stewart, appealing to my sense of humor. James
There you
Stewart,
go.
Clarence, the angel. Yep.
Yes. Yes. I love that. Yeah.
Keep working on your quilt.
All right, Eva. Good girl.
Yes.
Yeah.
So it is reciprocal.
Yeah.
Yes. I believe. Okay, so you and Linda on your show Wednesday were talking a little bit about monkey mind.
Right.
Monkey mind is that thing where it just suddenly our thoughts just continue. They don't stop. They make it difficult for us to focus.
Absolutely. Or they butt in.
They butt in.
Yeah.
Yes, they weasel in. They try to monkey with what the flow is. No shade on monkeys at all, by the way.
Oh, no. Monkeys are cool.
Talk about creative, because the creativity from monkey mind, that is top notch.
Right.
We can use that monkey mind to help us with our creativity. One thing that I learned, this is probably 20 years ago, when Gerald has difficulty meditating. So
You're not alone.
Gerald has difficulty meditating, and I was supposed to be doing these 20-minute meditations. Yeah, good luck. And I said, oh, I've got monkey mind. Someone in the class said, oh, I've got a great thing to do. I give my monkey mind a math book to do, and I let it sit in the corner and do math while I'm doing the other thing. I am like going, talk about creativity. So when my brain is going all wackadoodle, I go, oh, wait a minute. Let's do all of that so that it's not there.
Right. Divert.
Monkey mind originates in Buddhism.
It does. Yeah, it does.
Yes.
Yeah, it's fabulous. It really, I mean, it's not fabulous to have it, but it's how to get out of that. That, you know, you sit to meditate, everything's fine, and you think, oh my God, I have to make a meatloaf, you know, or I forgot, I've
Yes.
got to get to the store before the store closes, or I got to feed the dog, or whatever it is. And it's like, okay, so sometimes I'll sit down and I'll write all my things out before, and I don't meditate real well. So I like walking meditation, but if I write down what I need to do, that helps me a lot. It really does. Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
I like that a lot.
Yeah. Yeah.
Do you have, the one try this today experiment I would give people? Walk around with a notebook and a writing utensil.
Yeah.
Get it all out, make space. It's like clearing a surface. Clear the surface. So, there. Oh, here you go. And what's more creative than love?
That's right. And self-love is so, you know, my generation grew up, and I'm, older than Gerald, but it was like, you don't be selfish, don't be selfish, don't be selfish. And it's okay to be selfish sometimes.
Yes.
What more do we need but to care for ourselves first? We can't fill up a cup if we don't have our own, you know?
Correct.
So yeah, it's very important.
Yes.
Yeah.
I feel the best way to handle a monkey mind is to accept it. If you resist it, you're stuck. Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yep. That's awesome. Yeah.
Aley, what other things do you want to share with people about creativity, your spin on it? I mean, you've far exceeded my expectations. So.
Oh dear, that's sweet. I think that, and this will maybe fuel some of your creativity if you're inclined to read, and if not, get one of those audiobooks and go for a walk and listen, or put it in the car or whatever. But it is listening and learning every day, and that may be 10 minutes. Maybe that's all you've got. But every single day, we need to learn something new, understand something. If somebody says a word I don't remember or know, I look it up. If somebody talks about, I watched a movie, and it was House of Guinness. I watched that movie. I didn't know anything. I don't drink beer, but I know there's Guinness beer. So I looked up and found out about the Guinness family.
Yes.
And I didn't know anything about them, but to me, it was like, oh, I want to know more. So not everybody has that intrinsic need to find out everything. Look up things that matter to you. It doesn't have to be about the Guinness family or anything else that you're doing. Those things will keep your creativity flowing just as much as anything else can. Yeah.
I agree with you. Some of the most creative people are those who are willing to look at the world through new eyes and be curious. I had a conversation with Linda and Deborah Zachow, Follow the Fascination. What
I
is
love that.
gets your interest? The other thing about that, don't forget, mathematicians are creative.
Yes, they are
creative, because who would have thought? I never would have thought of doing that.
I know, but they have to be. They have to blend all the ingredients to make something manifest and have people want it. Yeah.
Exactly. I also think it's important for us not to overthink creativity. Allow it to have space.
Flow. Again, it has to flow.
People exhaust me who think humans are smarter, more creative, more spiritual, so effing special, superior. I run the other way.
Yeah. Never should you follow anyone that believes themselves to be the only one or that guru. And I understand that completely. I really, really do.
Yes.
Oh, yes, they are, Linda.
Especially in the right hands.
That's right.
I mean, animals have have animals any sort of cause the problems on this earth? Oh yeah, no. So creativity is a form of resistance.
Yeah.
I want to say that. Go be creative. Go figure out a way to make things happen that hadn't happened before.
Right. So, absolutely. Just, you know what they say? Am I supposed to be or do? Do or be? Doobie doobie do.
Aley, what do you have coming up next?
I'm going to be on with Tarot Ass Backwards this afternoon at 4:30 or 4, I can't remember, on his channel. And then Marina and I are doing Story in the Cards, where we just kind of laugh and cut up about things that are happening in our world that make no sense. Yeah.
There you go. So, Aley, thank you very much for your thoughtful conversation. If you're watching this and something sparked for you, capture it now in one of your notebooks, leave a comment. The replay is up and the podcast version is available. I would encourage you to don't forget to do something a little creative today, whatever it is. Take care. Bye.
Bye-bye. Thank you, Gerald.